Hi, my name's Rachel Jepson. I'm a musician and I'm also a counsellor. I developed a course in mental health awareness in the music industry, which was accredited by CPD last year. I provide this course a lot, and obviously at the moment I can't because we've all been told to stay at home, so nobody can come and see the course. I can't provide it to anybody. So I thought it'd be a really good idea to just do some little bite-sized snippets of the course for any musicians or therapists at home who want to just learn a little bit more, and who would find this interesting to look at. The first subject that I wanted to look at was creativity. So obviously it's a big deal in the creative industries, and there's always that argument of, are creative people more likely to suffer with mental health difficulties? Um, there have been studies to show that yes, they are more likely to suffer with mental health issues. Obviously, that's not the case for everybody. But being creative comes with a lot of difficulties. Some musicians feel that in order to be creative, they need to be under the influence. So addiction comes in there. Some musicians feel like they can't create anything unless they've had a drink or taken something. And actually, there's a fear around not doing that and what they would be like if they didn't. There's also the issue around the fact that you've written something really important to you, and then you're showing it to other people and they may not like it and they may give negative feedback to it, and that can be really difficult to deal with as well. So there needs to be something in there about how to manage that. If you're putting something out there that you've worked really hard on and then somebody says something about it that is negative, then what's that going to be like for you? There is an element of validation in the music industry, isn't there? You can't get gigs or opportunities, really, unless somebody else gives them to you. Sometimes you can create your own stuff and create your own opportunities and, create your own gigs, even charge for tickets and, have people that way. But you still need fans to listen to it and like your stuff. So there is definitely an element of validation in there. And then creativity also comes with working to a deadline to some people. If you're a producer or a writer, a composer, anybody really, you're working mainly to a deadline. People expect things by a certain point. So then how does that affect the creativity in that? If you're having to produce something, for next week and you have writer's block, or you're just not feeling like you're coming up with anything that's worthwhile, then that can be really, really difficult. And that can lead to anxiety, sometimes feelings of depression that you're not good enough and, you can't do what they've asked you to do. So that brings me to some self-care tips. So if you are feeling like you are working to a deadline and you can't produce things and you've got a bit of writer's block, it can be really, really important to just take some time. Take an hour away if you can, just to have a walk around, just to be yourself, just to get in touch with things. Take some time away from that high pressured situation, and you may find that things change. If you have a little bit more time and you're not working to a deadline and you've got writer's block, as some clients I've worked with have, and friends too, and me, I've also been through that. I've found that it's really helpful to take some time away, even a matter of weeks. Just, what's going on for you in that? Are you having writer's block because there's no inspiration? Are you putting pressure on yourself to produce something creatively that actually, isn't there at the moment, that just needs some time? So we can put pressure on ourselves. So I think taking some time away is really, really important. There's also the matter that I talked about earlier, which is that there is an element of validation in the music industry, that actually we are needing validation sometimes from people to get our opportunities. But if that's the only reason you're doing it, or if that's the main reason you're doing it, then that needs to be looked at, because you have to be doing this for somebody other than, those people out there. You've got to be doing it for you. And if you've got musicians in a band, then doing it all together, just having that buzz of, wow, we've written something really, really great and we're in this room right now, and just being really mindful with it, not worrying about who's going to listen to it and, what it sounds like and whether it'll suit this record label or that radio station, or, just doing it for you, I think can be really, really important. And if you've lost sight of that, then maybe again you need to take some time out and even discuss it with people. Talk about why it is that you're doing it, why you first started doing it, why you first picked up that instrument or wrote that first song, and really get in touch with exactly what's going on for you in that. I hope this has been helpful. There will be others of these, and just take care. Take care of yourselves. And as I say, I do provide the CPD accredited course when I can. My website is www.counsellingformusicians.co.uk. Thanks. Bye.